Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got quite a few things to go over. We have two new events that have just been announced for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's DLC. We also have some Nintendo Switch 2 stuff to go over. There's a lot of stuff to break down and get into today. So if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. It really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content. Ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's go over the new events that have just been announced for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We have a new 7-star Terra Raid Battle event, and I'm very surprised to see that it is not Swampert or Sceptile because we just got Blaziken, so I assumed that they were just going to do the other Generation 3 starters, but that is not the case. We actually have an Empoleon 7-star Terra Raid Battle coming to us very, very soon. So, Cerebi update, the next 7-star Terra Raid Battle has been fully revealed. Battle against an Ice Terra type Empoleon. So it runs from February the 2nd through to the 4th, and then again a week later from February the 9th through to February the 11th. So obviously Ice Terra type, I'm not sure what the best things to use against this on the top of my head are, but I'm sure like good enough sets will come out and stuff when this does drop. Also very interesting because I feel like after the 11th they'll take a break. So like that weekend of like the 16th to the 18th will be just like another 5-star Terra Raid, and then the weekend after that will be like around Pokemon Day. So maybe they'll announce like a 7-star Terra Raid for Gen 2 or Gen 5, maybe to coincide with whatever new game is going to get announced, because they're clearly not doing like one gen and then moving on, because we've just had Gen 3, now we've got Gen 4, so it could be Gen 5 next, which could also coincide with the game that we get, like I say, which could be a Unova remake or Black and White 3 or whatever. But either way, we have a 7-star Terra Raid Empoleon event coming out, starting on the 2nd of February until the 4th. Moving on, we also have another raid event that has also been announced as well. So the rerun for the Empoleon event from the 8th to the 11th, we're also getting a 5-star Blissey raid event as well. So this was tweeted out by PLDH saying rerun February the 8th to the 11th when Blissey will be in 5-star raids alongside of it. I don't know why they don't just do Blissey throughout both weekends. I don't know why it's just the second week, but either way, we have a 7-star Terra Raid for Empoleon this weekend and the next weekend, and then we have Blissey next weekend as well. No mass outbreak events have been announced to coincide with this, so it's probably just going to be the raid events until these do finish on the 11th of Feb. But either way, those are the two new events that are dropping in Scarlet and Violet over the next coming weeks. Moving on, we also had this update as well. We had like a lore update for Terapagos that Pokemon just randomly tweeted out. I don't know why this wasn't in the game, but either way, we have Pokemon tweeting out saying Terapagos inhabited the Paldea region by a bygone era and was thought to have gone extinct due to seismic shifts about 2 million years ago, but Terapagos protected itself by changing the energy in its body into hard crystals and entering hibernation. And then yeah, we have people saying, why wasn't this bit of clearly a very important information in game and stuff? So either way, we just got a little bit more of a backstory about Terapagos. Again, there's still unanswered questions in the Generation 9 games, but either way, it's cool to get like a little bit more of a tidbit about, I guess, these legendary Pokemon and stuff throughout like the social media and pages. Anyway, moving on, we also have some the Nintendo Switch 2 stuff to go over as well. Rumors and other like bits of information that you kind of want to know about. So obviously we got like an update about the screen size recently for the Nintendo Switch 2, and Makio and J Rose have made a very, very good comparison from the Nintendo Switch 2 to like the other Nintendo Switch consoles that we've had. So new rumors came out today regarding the screen size of Nintendo's next console. There is talk of an 8-inch LCD screen. Yes, not OLED. Apparently, people online are complaining that it might be too big, so we made a size comparison of all the Switch versions. Note that all Switches have very large bezels, so the new Switch might be slightly larger by making better use of the surface area for a larger screen. The one we made for Switch 2 is just an example. As always, these are just rumors, as there have been for 5 years now. What do you think? So this is the kind of screen comparison. So this is the Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo Switch OLED, everything like that. But here you can actually see the different screen sizes. So this is the original Switch here, as you can see. Nintendo Switch, well, this is the Nintendo Switch Lite, should I say. So this is 5.5, so you can see these kind of like line up with this one. We have this one here, which is the Nintendo Switch, like the original one, which is obviously this big. We then have the Nintendo Switch OLED, which is this big, and then the Nintendo Switch 2 reportedly is going to be this big. So as you can see, from the light, it's like nearly double the size, but obviously from the original Switch, it's quite a big jump there as well, and even from the OLED, it's quite a big increase as well. It's an inch bigger, the screen is there. So it's a cool little comparison there from Matthew and J Roses, just kind of putting it into perspective on how big the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be compared to the predecessors and stuff like that. But moving on, we actually have some more Nintendo Switch 2 rumors to go over as well. So this was tweeted out by WG saying Nintendo Switch 2 report says the system will be easier to find than the PS5. So originally when the PlayStation 5 came out, it was very, very difficult to get it. They obviously introduced the disc and the discless version, and the both of them just straight off the shelves. Like, it was very difficult to get them. The disc version, more importantly as well, because people obviously like collecting the physical copies of games and stuff like that. And I think the disc version just works out cheaper in the long run. Obviously, the discless version of a console is cheaper, but then you can only buy digital games, and they're usually like max price, whereas physical games you can usually get cheaper and stuff like that. So I think in the long run, it's definitely cheaper to get a disc version. And there has been reports that the Nintendo Switch 2 could also be releasing with a disc, or not a disc, but like a cartridge and a non-cartridge version. So if that is also the case, I'll definitely be wanting to get the cartridge version just because I like getting physical games of Pokemon and stuff like that. But it would definitely work out cheaper in the long run as well. But let's talk about this. So when the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X launched in fall 2020, cannot believe that that's been 4 years now. That is ridiculous. They were notoriously difficult to come by thanks to the global chip shortage. That led to the systems being sold on the secondary market for hundreds of dollars more than their asking price. Thankfully, it seems that Nintendo's next console could be somewhat easier to come by. According to reporting from Bloomberg's Takashi Mochizuki, Nintendo will have more than 10 million consoles available within the first fiscal year. A specific release date for the new system has not been announced, but it's expected to arrive sometime in the second half of 2024. So this is a tweet from Takashi saying, display shipment data suggests Nintendo would make 10 million plus of next-gen console in initial fiscal year. Unlike the PS5 and the Xbox S that faced chip shortages at launch, Nintendo's would be much easier to find at stores. And about OLED version, Omedia says not for this year. So this also kind of creates another massive question. Like, a lot of people are wondering, when the Nintendo Switch 2 comes out, do they just wait for the better version to come out? Because that's what they'll do. They will make... The reason they've done an LCD screen, obviously, is to make it cheaper, but as well as that, it also gives them the chance to make a Nintendo Switch 2 with an OLED screen later on, and it will just be basically allow them to sell the console all over again, because that's what they've done with the Nintendo Switch. They did the Nintendo Switch, the Lite, the OLED, and that's exactly, like I said, that's what they're going to do with the Switch 2, because it's just smart from a business standpoint. You know, don't make the original console as good as it could be. You make the next ones better so you can obviously sell them on again, and people will buy them because it's better versions of the console that they love. But they have here said that the OLED version not for this year, so that kind of does confirm that we are going to be getting an OLED version. It just depends how long it comes out. Like, for me, I wouldn't be able to watch everybody playing this Nintendo Switch 2 with like these really cool games and stuff like that. I wouldn't be able to just watch them and just wait for this OLED to come out. I feel like if you wait for the next console, you never really enjoy the current one. I think that's definitely something to think about. And I'm not saying obviously you should buy the Nintendo Switch 2 when it comes out. Obviously everybody's situation is different, but you know, it might be 2 years before the OLED comes out. Can you really wait 2 years of like all these major new games, including Pokemon as well, coming out on the next Nintendo Switch console? Not being able to play them just because you want a better screen. I wouldn't be able to do that personally, but either way, it does look like we are going to get an OLED version at some point. So yeah, the Switch launched in March 2017, has a massive success, yada yada yada. Nintendo has made no official announcement about the system just yet, and it's been tentatively referred to as the Nintendo Switch 2 by the media. And then this is just, I think, a bit of a more information about when this is going to get announced and stuff. Like, again, we don't know. Nintendo has teased that there will be a shorter window between the system's announcement and release than we saw with the Switch. The company first mentioned a successor to the Wii U in 2015 during an announcement about mobile game plans. In an investor Q&A last year, Nintendo president said it was important at the time that the company let people know that Nintendo would be continuing to focus on the dedicated video game platform business as our core business. Since then, there's a lot less concern these days about Nintendo leaving the hardware business than there was back then. sees that example as a special case. And then Nintendo Switch 2 games. We don't know what games will be released for Nintendo's next console, but you can probably expect to see the company's biggest franchises win the first few years. There have been hints that Bandai is hiring the next game in the Super Smash Bros. Series, though it's impossible to say for how long that might be. There's, like I say, there's so many rumors about games now. There's like Star Fox, Dragon Quest, Mario, there's Bayonetta, Persona, like all of these games that are going to get remasters or remakes or something along those lines, or just massive new blockbusters. Like, I still think that potentially they could announce the Nintendo Switch 2 on the 10th of March, which is Mario Day. I think that would be a really cool kind of idea for them to do. But again, whether they do that or not, I mean, they may announce the Switch before that, and then they announce the big new 3D Pokemon Mario game on March the 10th, because it's Mario Day, so it would kind of coincide really nicely. But either way, that's that there. We also have a little bit more information as well about this from Stealth. So this is the original tweet here from Takashi saying, obviously that's the, like, 10 million plus console, stuff like that. Bloomberg reported that based on display shipment data, Nintendo is planning on shipping at least 10 million Switch 2 consoles during the first fiscal year. Hopefully pre-orders are smooth and everyone who wants one can get one. It does look like, I mean, 10 million plus in the first year, I think that is hopefully going to be enough for everybody that wants one to get one, because again, that was the situation the PS5. Like, scalpers had an absolute field day. They were buying these PlayStation 5s in bulk and selling them for like double the price, and people were paying it because they wanted the new console and there was just no other way of getting it. So hopefully this does stop that, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. And then also finishing things off, there's just some Masters stuff to go over as well. So Cerebi update, a new Pokemon Masters EX update has started to roll out, and new details on events for the next month, including the addition of Chase and Pikachu and the new Battle Rally feature, have been announced. And again, we may get some more information about this on Pokemon Day as well, because it says details on events for the next month, so we may get these details in Pokemon Day, 27th of Feb, because obviously that is in the next month. But anyway, that is going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. It's trying to hit 500 likes. It does really help out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we covered in today's video. What are your thoughts on the next 7-star Terra raid? What are your thoughts on the Nintendo Switch 2 stuff as well? Are you going to be picking it up as soon as possible, or are you going to wait for a little bit? But yeah, let me know your thoughts on all that. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. It's everything from me. Have a great rest of your day. Until next time, peace.